Okay, guys, we're going to give you one of your last lectures of this semester. So, yippee skippy, you made it. All right, so we're going to go through your blocks with attributes as well as text and one last little thing on p-lines. The reason why I'm doing the p-line thing is because it's on the, for those who are going to get certified, you need to know this information. Otherwise, it's futile, but it's going to be on the test, so you're going to want to know it. And the text stuff I need to teach you anyway, so. Okay, so here we go. You should have got this pretty little packet that I gave you. The bottom part is filled out, so if you want to pause the video real quick and fill out this bottom part, we can zip through the other stuff. You can figure this part out yourself. You're going to walk through and you're going to do some playing around with it. So pause the video real quick, write down the bottom. That way you have the information so we can move forward pretty quick through this. Through the advancements of technology, you have paused it and you have moved on. So congratulations. Okay, please open up AutoCAD and get it going. Pause video, open up AutoCAD. Good job. All right, type in the name of the class. All right, now, to type in, you go T-enter, which is your basic text box. You draw out a little box that looks like this by just left-clicking, and then you left-click again. All right, the one thing I want to focus on here, well, actually, there was a few things. Number one, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Number one is, if you go over here to the side, you see how there's different text styles. You can make your very own text style if you wish. And I'll show you how to do that here in just a second. You can change your text size if you need to. You can go to annotative if you want to, which changes based on scale. So that's kind of nifty. Here's a way to look at all your stuff in there. There's some formatting things here that you can go through, the width of your text and stuff like that. You can change your font very easily by going on here. Arial is just fine for what we're doing. You have your basic spacing you would see in Microsoft Word, whether you want to indent, whether you want to do other things like that. You can do columns. There's no column, dynamic and static. All depends on what you want. I can go through that. You've seen the symbols where we changed and did the countersinks and stuff like that. So anyway, type in the name of the class, Engineering and Architectural, Architectural Design, and look at that, it even did spell check because I can't spell tonight. That's embarrassing. My fingers went too fast. Architectural Design. There we go. Okay. So one thing I want to show you guys is how to change your justification. So if you have to write a lot of text, there's a justification box right here. Now, when you default, it is on top left center. Okay, here's how you know which one you're on, which is that sheet that I gave you. If you double click off to the side, and if you see your dots, you see you have two different ones. This little arrow is your column width. I can change this to make my width either wider or smaller. Okay. You also have this arrow right here, which is your column height, so I can change this too. This guy right here is your main piece. Okay. So wherever this dot is your justification. So it's on the top left. Guess what? You have top left center, which is your first column, I do believe. So if you double click on this and you highlight the words, you can go up to your justification and then you can switch it. Let's say I want to do middle left. Double click it, and as you see here, it kind of went down a little bit from your last time. If I double click it again and I go to highlight it, let's say I want to go bottom right center, and you'll see how the lines are changing as I'm going up and down. So I go here and you see it's on the bottom right. So I want you to play around with this, and I want you to try to find out on that sheet which one goes where. So just why don't you take a moment and just pause the video and try to figure out which one goes where. Okay. Hopefully you guys figured it all out. I'll let you fill this in. I'm assuming you'll do just fine. Okay, the next is this P line. So what I did was I drew out this little shape right here, and you can do the same. So what I did was I typed in P line. It doesn't look perfect, but I just kind of drew out this little thing that looks whatever. Don't have it overlap like I almost just did, but make sure that it does like fully enclose. That's not a big deal, but just try to. Okay, command for this is called pedit, which if you didn't figure out is for polyline edit. Now, some of you guys will remember this from when we did the whole tracing exercise, and I tried to make it into a P line. For some it worked, for others it failed miserably. This should be all one line, so I don't need multiple. So I'm going to click right here. Okay, when you click on this, you're going to get a series of different options. So when I click fit first, you notice how it goes into a curve. When I click on it, it follows the dots. So in this first one, you'll see this one answer is fit. So write that in. Okay, I'm going to now do this one. I'm going to go P-Edit, A-D-I-T, click here, and I will go spline. Now, how do I know the difference from a spline to a P-Edit? You can see because the dots are way out here, so I can more or less adjust them. So on your sheet here, this one's fit. This one is spline. Now, what do you think decurve does? Well, hopefully it doesn't take a whole lot of brain power to figure that one out. But if I go P-Edit one more time, I click my object, I hit decurve, and it goes back to its original form. So, this is on the certification exam. So, well, hopefully you guys have learned that real quick. All right, last thing. You have one more last set of drawings. Now, I don't have them in front of me right now as I'm doing this, so we're going to kind of wing this a little bit. So be a little bit flexible with me. I know on those I have what is the inner area, what is the outer area. We're just going to do what the total area is of the object. So we're going to write a series of texts. So we're going to make a text box here, and we're going to make a few different things. So what is the total area of the object? Now, through the glories of AutoCAD, of what it is, they have also done numbering. So if I go up to the top here, look at this. I can number things now, which is kind of nice. Okay, what is the distance from A to B? Now, I don't know what I have on that sheet. If we want to all stick to this, it's fine. I'm just going to keep it real simple. And we'll just go with this new one I'm doing. All right. What is the distance from C to D? Now, you're going to want to do this because on the test this week, yes, I said there's a test this week, you're going to need this to be able to answer the questions on the test. D to C. And what is the distance? Oops, not D to C. I'm sorry, guys. D to E. That should be good enough. Any more than that's overkill. Okay, so write this stuff out. We're doing a left justification just to make your life easy. Okay, so we're going to kind of simplify this a little bit. Ignore this. This was me playing around earlier. All right, so write this text out and just pause the video. Okay, good. All right, new stuff. I need you to type in ATTDEF. What this is in your title block, whenever you click on it, it creates questions. You're going to learn how to do that now. All right, so the tag is your label, per se. So we're trying to find the volume, no, the area. Okay, prompt. What is the area of the object? Default 0.000. You can change the justification if you want to. You can change your textiles if you want to. We're just doing standard. Height is fine. Press OK. Dock this. Now, a snap might come on. If it's annoying you, just kind of zoom in and move your mouse around. Or I'm going to turn off my O snaps real quick just to be able to dock this in here. Okay. ATTDEF again. Tag your best. Now you cannot have spaces in your tag, so I'm going to go A to B. I hope that works. What is the distance from A to B? Default 0.000. Press OK. All right, so there it is. I'm just going to put it over here. I'm surprised it did that for me. Okay. ATTDEF again. I'm going to So this one is going to be, guess what? B to C. What is the distance from B to C? After we do this one, I'll show you the fast way of doing this, because this gets really monotonous real quick. 0.000. That's okay. There it is. Dump it here. Good. All right. So this is getting really boring doing this over and over again. So now that you've done the command 3 times, here's how I do it faster. Click here. See, enter, go down, click, go down, click. And guess what? You can double click on it. It pops up your information. I'm just going to change it. If you'd like to do it the long way, go ahead. I have better things to do with my day than sit here and type in ATTDEF all day long. Maybe not all day, but 5 minutes, and I just hate wasting time, as you guys know. Oops, caps. There we go. I'm very formal about that. Okay, so you got over your prompts made. Okay, so what is this going to do for you? All right, you've made blocks. Let's make one more. Type in block or B enter. All right, so we're going to call this one questions. I cannot spell tonight. Okay, select your object. Select all this stuff. Make sure you get everything in there. You press enter. Make sure that you pick a point, and I would pick right by the 1. You see little things come up. And when you press OK, you get your questions. Isn't that awesome? Now, it doesn't always go in order, so you have to pay attention to that. I don't know why it doesn't, but it doesn't. Okay, now I do want you to click it one more time because you notice it gets a little bit different when you do it in I'm in this order. Now, once again, I don't know why it flips it, but it does. And I've never been able to figure out why it flips it, but it does. So when you answer your questions, just make sure that you get them in the wrong one, or the right one, not the wrong one. That would be really confusing. Okay, so this is the end of your lecture on this. You know how to make blocks with attributes. You understand how the title blocks are made now. You have some drawings to do. These are going to be your last ones, so how many ever I decide to tell you to do, go ahead and do those. And you guys should be set. Good luck. If you have any questions, please ask. Bye-bye now.